Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're featuring what I consider is a lovely model from the brand Squale. Now this is a limited edition piece. There's only going to be 300 of these made, which is a proper very small run for the brand. And it is the 2001 Michel Laval, I believe it is. Basically, a little bit of background. I believe this is a reinterpretation of a watch which was given to which Jacques-Yves Cousteau used to wear, and Michel Laval was the first officer of the Galapagos. And so the watch was actually given to him, and I think it is got. It's one of these watches. At first glance, you kind of think, well, whatever, but when you get it, it just feels lovely. It reminds me of the Oris 65 OG, the reinterpretation, the reinterpretation one. It just has that kind of coolness about it. But before I get too far into this review, I've got to say a massive thank you to the team over at First Class Watches for allowing me to review this piece. Super friendly, really nice staff. Strongly recommend popping in there if you're in the Kenilworth area. If you're a bit further afield, well, don't worry, I'll leave a link in the description at the bottom at the bottom of the page now, so you can check them out. All I ask is that you please mention the channel. So anyway, let's talk sizes. It's a 14mm case size, a thickness of 12.9mm, but a lot of that disappears because of this case back, and a very short lug to lug, which makes it incredibly wearable on any size wrist, of only 41.3mm. The strap size on this is actually 20mm. Now, I just think this has got something about it. It's one of these, it just, you know when you get a watch and it just feels right. This is one of those kind of watches. The dial itself is just lovely. You've got the orange minute hand, the nice kind of simple hour hand, and the blocky kind of actual second hand there. I must say the lume on this watch isn't bad at all. It does glow up really nicely. Maybe not the longest lasting, but I can live with that, honestly. I like this kind of matte background here, and I love these applied hour markers. The way they have a chamfer in the middle of them. When the second hand, glides across them, you just get a lovely sort of like mirror image of the second hand as it goes across. And they catch the light in certain ways. As you can see, even as I'm moving it now, they just really do a nice job of elevating that dial. Obviously, you have a lume on the outside there. Then you have this minute track going around there. In theory, it's almost a little busy, but it just works, if that makes sense. You've got the date window over here at 3 o'clock position, obviously Squale, and the logo down there. They're possibly maybe a little bit, kind of quite a bit going on there. I don't think they had to kind of put all this there, but what the heck, it's not too bad. I can live with that. Now, as we come past this, you have this sapphire crystal going on. And to be fair, it did a really good job of keeping away most of the reflections. As you can see even there, it almost disappears. It looks like you can just pick those hands off that dial. Oh, one thing I should say actually about the dial there is where you see the 60 Atmos. This is actually a 600-meter diver, which isn't bad for a watch which is actually under 13mm thick. That's not too bad at all, really. Now, as I say, as we come past that, we have this kind of funky arrangement here. Now, I'm not 100% sure, but it looks like the actual glass is secured down with the inner part of the bezel. I'm not 100% sure there because I've never took one of these apart, so I can't say for sure. But it does look really cool because, again, you get reflections off this polished area and it just kind of elevates its status a little bit. Now, the bezel itself I think it's got some kind of, I don't know if it's a acrylic over the top or a mineral glass, but it looks kind of period fitting for it. And to turn this, you do have to press it. You press it down a little bit and then it's easy. It locks up when you actually have it just, when you don't press it. So the actual sound, it's very positive. Let's have a look. Any back play? Yeah, a little bit. But it's kind of quite cool. Let's line that back up because it'll irritate me otherwise. Does it line up? Yes, it most certainly does. So overall, I like the design of a bezel. As you can see, you have these polished sections going on the outer edge. Let's try and get it to zoom in. And there you go. The actual case of the watch, it is all polished. There is it? Oh no, there actually isn't. It is all, it's just flush with the actual bezel, but it looks really good. It's kind of, even though it's a 40mm watch, because you don't have any lugs going on here, it looks incredibly compact. Because most watches, you have a 40mm watch and then the lugs come out another 5mm or even longer each side. So this looks more compact than it actually is, but I really quite like it. As we come round to this side, we do have the crown going on there. We have the signed crown. The crown is a little bit awkward to get to. You see, it is a screw down crown, pops out there. So you can see, comes out there. Let's just press that back in. There you go, and it screws back in first time. Always a good sign. Now, underneath the back here, I should point out it's fully decorated. You have a limited edition number going on in the back. But underneath here is the Sellita SW200. Now, I put this on the time grapher, and to be fair, it was doing fantastic. I think it was like 1.5 seconds, which is absolutely spot on for this movement. Really, really good regulation I think they've done with this model. The strap itself, we do have a tropic strap. Now this is very kind of period fitting for this kind of watch. We have these big keepers going on here. The only bit I'm kind of not too sure about is the actual buckle up here, because I do think it is kind of a little bit big. I believe you can get a bracelet as an optional extra if you so desired for this watch from their website. But, you know, I think it's one of these which could be a bit of a strap monster. You can put this on. You might be able to fit an ISO diver on there, or even like funky leather straps. I know it goes against the whole thing of a diving ethos, but how often do you actually really go diving with your watch? Probably not all that often. Let me put this on my wrist so you've got an idea actually how it looks. So, quick wrist check. I'm wearing my Breitling Colt on one of John Keely's leather straps to fit the adjustable clasp on these. I think this is, firstly, I love his straps, and I think this is one of my favourite Breitlings of all time, as there is no polish work on this at all, which is very strange for a Breitling. And Bob has this stunning new ball watch on there, which has just been released. Not for the faint-hearted, I would say. It is a bit of a beast. But anyway, we'll get back to that next time round. Now, my wrist size is 7¼ inches. That equates to roughly, 18.5 centimetres, I believe it is. Oh, bash the camera out. Wasn't wise, was it? And that's it on my wrist. I love the colourways on it. I think it just looks superb. This is one of those watches, if you're lucky enough to get one of these, I think you're onto a winner there, because I think it's such a nice watch. It's just a real shame they only made 300 of them, because I do believe this watch would sell, I believe it will sell really well. Anyway, guys, let me know in the comments what you think of this one, but most importantly, stay safe out there. Take care. Bye.